The Enlightenment Chasers. Welcome to another episode on our political enlightenment. Today is September 25th of 2024. It is a Wednesday. Yes, my water day, the refreshing day. Must I ask how far we have become of enlightenment concerning the politics and the election journey to elect the one and only president this coming election in November. It will be amazing of whoever will be. Some might have already known, but I tell you, you never know. You never know. Wow. Going through the enlightenment of today, I got to learn that the Statue of Liberty, the national monument called the Statue of Liberty, was dedicated October 28th of 1886, which amazes me after going through a short video on President Biden making a speech. He took President Trump's cap from one honorable man standing next to him and wore it. Of the several caps that were there, he chose President Trump's cap and wore it and made an interesting statement saying we should not eat dogs and cats. And that was very touching. That was very warm of the heart. And I began to applaud and pondering upon this emphasis coming from the president makes me really feel like we are really a people. Respecting animals is very important, especially those whom some of us call family. Only in the United States of America did I come to realize how close animals can be to humans, such that they represent them like family, my best friend, begins to tick in the mind like a clock, an alarm about to sound of why are we even considering animals for food. A time in our lives that we begin to seek enlightenment, greater reasoning upon our traditions of maintaining the eating of animals for protein, looking for better sources for nutrition so that we can reverse this barbaric nature of us for good. Now, even more sound of the mind, it is not even starting just now. It's been a long road of shifting the kind of animals we eat, to the point today of only some. And now we, like our forefathers of this land, battling of the mind of keeping slaves or not, to the point of enabling a free country. What a victory! What a victory for us today. Our forefathers might not have been of the same turn, but today we can express that we're working on it because of our outcome today. Republicans and Democrats are a one body. They are both working for our political spirituality. It is not a joke. The glorious sight of politics is like the Holy of Holies of the Jerusalem temple. When you encounter the expected Illuminati, you begin to come to your senses of the fullness of enlightenment we must be at the end of our human lives, joining our ancestors. We can even practice it even now before we even join them to be of better reuniting. I might not have a pet, but I can imagine what this line of President Trump meant to the people who care about their pets, like family. Even expatiating to the keeping of cattle for meat. It's like having children into a world complicated, our regrets, so many to regret upon. This October month coming, I'm expecting us to really honor the Statue of Liberty. Let us honor liberty, for it is right for us to do so, because we are a people of rights. We are a people of enlightenment, of togetherness, of freeing our country to become of the expected. The United States of America is the world today. Let us not be too strict to see how we have spread all over the world. The America is the Enlightenment. Let us not restrict too much the purpose of our forefathers, the founders of the land. I'm very complicated of understanding who the founder is, tracing back even before those of enlightenment approached the land had been many, and these many surely could even testify there had also been others. No one is ever new to a land, just like the sun shining on all, and nothing is new under the sun. To us, like new, but to the sun is not. Before humans came to this land, there were trees. It's even said that they were chasing after animals before they found the land. Some of them found the land by chasing after animals, hunters, wanderers. It doesn't matter who had been on this land first. When we talk about the founders, we are talking about greater enlightenment. Greater enlightenment is with us today, even greater. Does not mean that we are greater than our ancestors. Does not mean that we are greater than our forefathers, but they are gone ahead of us. Of greater knowledge they are today than we are. Sealed with this blindfold of eating of plants. Then I begin to wonder today, why are we even putting leash on creatures, bringing us to mind enslavement? Slaves used to have leash on them back in the days. Today we are not that barbaric anymore. But what about the animals on leashes? Such that we even have those for children. I remember having to strap my daughter with a backpack with a leash on it so she doesn't go far away from me in the name of safety. But when we think about it again, the bruises that can come with it, which is why even with healthcare, it is said restraining order is the last resort. Restraining order is the last resort. Nobody wants to restrain anyone, but because of our process of recovery, still in recovery, is enabling imprisonments, which leaves us hurting in the heart of being able to do so. Those in the better place to discipline others also get hurt when they discipline them, because everyone is supposed to be able to be of self fulfilling. Everyone is supposed to be able to be of self fulfilling, of self discipline. The struggle of becoming populated, looking to restrict in the most safest way we can without bruising each other, is what I understand the United States of America is heading to today. Looking for the best ways to restrict each other from complications without bruising each other. No matter our debates, enlightenment must continue of endeavoring to bring peace. And I'm praying and hoping that we educate the young ones to be of better than we are. Love can be very interesting. Love does not mislead us, but we can mislead ourselves with love. Love does not mislead us, but we can mislead ourselves because of love. Loving our parents can make us learn habits which we are supposed to be correcting. Love should not blindfold us. Rather, we are blindfolding ourselves with the complications of our parents because of love. Love does not blindfold us. The Statue of Liberty we look onto this October month before November nomination. Who is president does not counteract the other. Our leaders we must see, and not only the president. All those who lead us in every denomination, in every division. We all, even of self, must be able to be of expected work with the president. Let us also be vigilant of who we want to be of this coming new election. Let us elect ourselves of enlightenment to be the people worthy for the president to be. to be able to neutralize where there is disruption. An awakening unto us after caring about us being humans, deserving rights. Now, what about the creatures? Expecting the most healthy, restrictive way. Like they say in Africa, malaria is a very bad sickness. Driving mosquitoes away. The first thing to do is to keep your compound clean, keep your surrounding clean. The second thing to do is to keep your house clean and protected. And the third thing is to drink Queen, which today we understand drinking Queen is drinking enlightenment. Taking precaution. Prevention is better than cure. To drive mosquitoes away. Do not keep potholes. Do not give them temptation. Building the wall will be a great idea and enabling an easy route for entry. A healthy, easy route for entry. Such that whoever is not entering the right way must be one that is not sound of the mind and needing help, needing rehab. No one is a criminal. Maybe a misunderstanding from the other side, or a misunderstanding about this other side being better than the other side. The need for remediation, the need for reorientation, the need of discussion, the need to ask each other, why do you want to cross in the complicated way? And their explanation can give us something to work with for enlightenment's sake. We are not depriving each other from wealth. Illuminati is enlightenment. And on the money, it says, in God we trust, the God, perfect peace, holding on to, of character, for we have not seen God. We have not seen God, but we know God's character. How can we see God when we are in the place of desolation, far from home? We only have a memory of the likeness of Father. Perfect peace we hold on to until we return. And only in perfect peace can we return to meet our forefathers. The whole world united. The purpose of diversity acknowledging is to know where our weaknesses are and heal. Healing our diversity is why we shine light on diversity, so that we can become one again, not of language alone, but of the mind, the true language, perfect peace, one accord, gratefulness. I'm grateful for education that helps us to enlighten of the mind and become of ethical reasoning. Continuously, we become even better every day. Has not been a day's job, but a journey today we can testify. Like Martin Luther King Jr. I see, in my dream, I see our future of one, no more divided, where we all will be of one mind. But Martin Luther King Jr. spoke on the behalf of the forefathers, and we speak today on our behalf. He said he might not get there with us, but is there with us. That was speaking of the ancestors. And now we speak for us. For we all will be there. We all will be there. None left behind. No more need of descending younger beings to be leashing them, and some ending up being stranded in their crypts of their ignorance because we love traditions of keeping the multiplying, of having children. Coming to my mind today, wondering why am I even chewing food? Should be gracefully advancing, not making another who will come and take over. This is where enlightenment is taking us today. After the shout of great awakening and enlightenment, of no longer traditions keeping, but rather reasoning, of sound mind, healthily communicating with each other until we reach the perfect. I hope this reflection helps us to think and help the young ones proceed better than we have, of descending others while ascending. Who will take over the land? Who will take over the land? What land? When this physical life is not even part of our culture, when this physical life is not even part of our characteristics, if it is part of us, we will not leave it behind. If we watch those who have gone ahead of us, they have taken none of this with them. Whatever is being left behind of characteristic is not of existence, but rather a misguiding, a disruption of reaching the perfection, which is why we expose diversity. We expose our weaknesses to seek wellness, not to wear them like a jersey, not to wear them like a uniform, but rather to walk on them and reach enlightenment of fullness, none left behind. Thank you all for listening today. To the Gen Z, from the A to the Z, should arrive our perfection of the physical world, to reunite of the dream of battlefield free and none left behind, to watch and tear of who could have done better. Let us heal our ancestors' bruises. Let us seal all cracks and let the light shine of perfection. No more gaps in between the lights. Thank you all for listening today. And happy Wednesday, advancing to the greatest enlightenment perfect. Peace steals the storm, back to peace that has no storm, looking on to perfect peace.